I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken languages, spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the number one chief rock in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. The day after our New York Knicks get a much-needed victory at home against the Toronto Raptors. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Shout out to Travel Vibes in the building. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Cowboy Bob in the building. He's the only issue with Randle. I forgot to mention that as a double team. Okay, stepped up. Good morning. Good mornings. Let me put this thing here in the chat this morning, man. I'm off to a late start, man. It was cold last night here on the East Coast. Very cold, man. 27 degrees last night on the East Coast. Right now, my thermostat is showing 35 degrees. I don't know how accurate that is, but sure feels like it. I'm drinking the tea this morning, man. Yeah, man. How y'all feeling? Shout out to everybody, man, at work, getting their grind on. Shout out to all my salespeople out there in the elements, in their car, probably getting presentations ready. Shout out to everybody headed to their meetings and oh boy, here comes trouble. Here comes trouble, everybody. Already. Here comes trouble. Yo, what's good? Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm okay. That intro is still. I gotta play it one more time, man. I love it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I would play it one more time for people that haven't seen it yet. Just Fire.
That's dope.
Fire. Fire. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, man. So how you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I mean, for once, I actually woke up relaxed. We won a game we were supposed to win, so I think that's what pisses me off about this team. It's like the excitement when we win against teams that are on our level or lower. But then when we play the better teams, we get washed up. Or we win like the way they beat us. Like if you look at how we played Raptors, it looked like us playing the Bucks the other night.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, bro. It looks just like that. Like I feel the same. I feel the same way.
And what's pissing me off is like we got the fight in the dog in us. Because you'll see Randall do really well, but like I said with the double teams, I forgot to mention that they didn't really double team. And they even mentioned it. And then when they went to timeout, they went to the double team. He struggled a little bit. That's where he was going up and down with like his second chance opportunities. He was passing more, and it worked. But we got to figure this out, man, because we're a lot better than what we displayed. Because if we could play this good against a team that has better talent than we do, and we're winning off of schemes. When we play teams with better schemes, we should then be able to have some type of consistency to where we can match them equally. Like with the
Yeah.
rebounding, like I know you said last night they had 4 big guys down low. Like with the rebounding, I know Mitch ain't there, but we got
Yeah.
to make the adjustments to where we can't create opportunities for them to get a defensive rebound. Like taking it to the rack more, be a little bit more ISO heavy because I'm still with the passes. Too much passes. Sorry, rambling again.
No. I ain't saying that. I'm with you. No, man. I'm searching through something. There it is. I just want to add something. I'm adjusted this chair, so now I feel like I'm leaning into the microphone, and I think what I'm saying. So it's some production stuff behind the scenes over here, and but yeah, I agree with you mostly on all those things. Um, I think Randall though. I'm gonna show Julius Randle's game log for the past. I'm gonna show Randle's game log for December, and I want people to look at Randle's game log for December, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since December started, December 1st, of course, woohoo! Randle
Damn.
is shooting 61.4% from the floor, 53.8% from three, and 84.6% from the free throw line. Now his
He's
rebounds are down, but his assists are up at 5.5, and he's averaging about 28.8 points a game. But he's doing that on less shots, on 17.5 shots.
mm-hmm. It's like he's taking the tougher shots and being more efficient as that, as opposed to the easier shots. Like you can see him miss a layup, you'll see him miss in transition, but he'll get it back and then go straight up and have a better shot. Like his shot selection at the rack, for example, his 3 point, you don't see him doing the fadeaway. He's actually set. You don't see him use the fadeaway once he's outside of the free throw line area. You start to see him take more set shots within that domain. So it's kind of making his shots better. But he's still missing the easy shots.
Randall's missing easy shots. Okay.
No. What I'm saying is when the double team comes and stuff like that, because of how he plays and his move, like when he does his pivot, like last night he was doing his wash machine. I ain't seen that in a minute. When he was doing his little 360 spin, like when he does that, he's good. But the problem is when he's going up and him torquing his body to readjust and get the right angle to get the shot off. That's what I'm talking about. That is still needs to be worked on. So those are the tougher shots because when he's down low and he's attacking the rim, he's got 2 or 3 guys on him last night that he would have to adjust his shot, and that's where he was messing up. That's what I mean by easier shots. It's an easier shot, but the adjustment to it is harder.
Right. Right. Okay.
But I love this dude, Randall. Boy, woo.
Yeah. And I would say Randall is probably offensively playing the best basketball he's ever played right now. offensively, I think this is. I don't know if Randall can get any better than he's doing. All the stuff that Knicks fans complained about, like, hey, Randall, stop shooting so many threes. Well, he's only taking about 3 a game, right? Randall, stop hogging the ball. They're moving the ball. And the offense is looking way better since everybody is looking to share the ball. Right? Now,
He's even almost
throw
averaging 5
percentage.
assists.
Yeah. In December, yeah. His free throw percentage is almost 85% at 84.8.
Damn, that's almost better. That is better than Brunson because Brunson missed the last. Yeah, that is better than Brunson. I
Yeah,
think
not
Brunson's at like 78% now.
not for the I'm not saying that he's better than Brunson for this. Well, I
No, I'm
understand
saying
what
for
you're
the last few games. Yeah, the last 4 games that you got displayed. Yeah, that's
saying.
what we talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
because Brunson's last 4 games have been bad, so he's been playing better than Brunson in the month of December.
Yeah. Yeah. I would yeah. As a Randall fan, I always like to see his rebounding numbers be in the 12 range. I know that's hard for Randall to stay at 12 rebounds a game. I know it's hard for him to stay at 12 rebounds a game, man. But since November 28th, Randall has been over 50% from the floor for a jump shooting big, right? And he had a 20 rebound game, 10 rebounds, 10 rebounds, 6-5, and 8 rebounds last night. So he hadn't been terrible rebounding. I just expect that man to be 20 and 10. That's what
Yeah, I
that's
agree
what I
with you on that.
that's what I expect.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I think that's where he's most consistent anyway, is with the rebounding and as well as the 20.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that's all-star stats because for someone to be playing defense, I'm not saying it's great defense, but it's consistent. Plus, he's playing 35 minutes average a game in this month, and he's been playing really well. So yeah,
Yeah, man.
I just
Ah,
think like what you said about the point guard transitioning is the same thing with the small forwards. Like on the power forwards, like the transition from how Brunson is the combo guard, it's the same thing with power forwards. And Randall is one of the few that still do the old school post up, spin move, up and under. So a lot of his game gets critiqued as if it's bad because it's not the norm, but he's actually contributing. It's like saying, hey, he's not the richest millionaire, but he's in the low tier. But he's still better than like 3,000 other people or other players in the league. And you rather have a guy like that who's going to give you 35 minutes, 20 points, and like 8 or 9 rebounds with 5 assists.
hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah. Yeah. Staffadon in the building. Top Notch T is in the building. King Ribby is in the building. Parrish is in the building. The son of the legend is in here. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, man.
So moving forward, what are you expecting from Randall as far as with Mitchell being out? I know you said you expect him throughout the career to be 20 and 10, but over these next few games, what do you think? Like when we go out west, the next 4 games, what do you think is a good contribute? Should it be 30 and 8? Because we might have to step up because of Brunson, or what do you think he should do?
Whatever the team needs.
Bet don't play out of your comfort zone. Just keep doing
Yeah.
what you're doing. I
Yeah.
got you.
Just whatever the team needs, man. Don't overcomplicate stuff. Just win. Right? Just whatever the team needs, man, win. Winning should be the most important stat. Right? I don't care if Randall goes out here and does 50 and 25 and 19 assists and hits 8 threes. If we lose to the Charlotte Hornets, we lost. You know what I'm saying? So, but ultimately, if we're saying what should everybody contribute on a different level without Mitch? Because one person is not going to cover up for what Mitch Robinson brings to a table. I got to respect Mitch more than that. One person is not going to replace what he brings to the court every night.
Yeah, you need two people for that.
Yeah. You need everybody. Everybody should be contributing to cover up what Mitch brings, and hopefully, if we do that and get used to it, when he gets back, his job could be easier. Oh, look who's backstage! So we got somebody backstage.
Oh snap! Here we go.
Oh snap! Here we go.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and...
Hey, man.
What's good, boss? How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Matt.
Let's just say I was having a nervous breakdown after last night's football game. I didn't pay much attention because of how close they made it. I mean, I didn't have much attention for the Knicks Raptor game last night because I was focusing on the Knicks Giant Packer game.
Right. I needed that win last night. I'm glad. I'm not a Giants fan.
Yeah, you're a Bears guy, and I'm guessing you need that just for draft capital and possibly to sneak into that last wild card spot.
Yeah. For a few things, I just like seeing the Packers lose. So.
Especially when you get them in the finale.
Yeah, man. So, but last night, man, I was looking at the game. I knew we missed Mitch. I think Tom Thibodeau did a lot of things that were odd.
Peculiar. Why start Sims over Hartenstein for one?
Yeah, that was peculiar, right?
Then when it's supposed to be the other way around, when Mitch goes down, Hartenstein's your A center, not Sims.
Right. So that was peculiar, and then the other thing too is Quentin Grimes got hot a couple of times offensively, and I felt like Tibbs went away from him. When RJ got hot, Tibbs went away from him. When Randle got hot, Tibbs went away from him. It was like he was playing defense
within his own head.
Yeah, even when Josh Hart got going a little bit offensively, they went away from him. Right? And when Jack, because think about this, when Josh Hart got going, then all of a sudden Jalen Brunson just started scoring.
Yep.
And so I was, I was in that mindset where
why go away from the hot hand?
Yeah, because Jalen Brunson can get his points anytime he feels like it, man. Why not just, But the Knicks won, so that was the most important thing.
Have the play-in tournament for now.
Yeah,
but you could say the same thing about RJ because there was moments in last night's game where RJ wasn't passing to the hot hands when Grimes started. He didn't pass him the ball. He passed it to Randle, and then he just kept there was some moments where he messed up, but I see what you're saying. I think that's because of the system, though, because of the way they running the ball.
Yeah. Just really quickly on the because I knew that the prevailing thought was going to be Hartenstein has chemistry with the second unit, and why disrupt the second unit with Emmanuel quickly out and things of that sort. But at the end of the day, the Knicks won. So no big deal, right? No, to me, it's not a big. It's a medium deal. How about that? It's an average deal, right? Because the thing is Toronto didn't have size off the bench. They had dudes Jericho Sims' size coming off the bench. They didn't have another 7-footer, right? So now why not put Hartenstein versus Pirtle from the beginning, get this game out of reach, and then you could cruise to the finish. You can blow these guys out by 25. Instead, we started Jericho Sims, had to call 2 timeouts early in the game, gave Toronto momentum, they stayed around in the game, and now you're stretching this game out towards the end, where the Knicks had to press the gas pedal towards the end of the game in order to get
a win by
in order to stretch on them boys and win the game, when they could have just did that in the very beginning, and then this game would have been a low stress game instead of it was still low stress, but instead of it being stretched out where we had to strategize and play high leverage minutes for no reason.
I think Tibbs did that to get Sims involved early, because I think it's better that he learned from Toronto than to go out west and try to start him. But just to like basically use it as a warm up game, because the next few games I think he's gonna start using Hartenstein. But he had to get Sims his reps. He had to get him involved early, so he would rather do it against the Raptors than going out to LA. That's what I thought.
Especially when you consider that 6 of the next 7.
Yeah,
You've got Murderers Row. You got Utah
exactly.
on Wednesday, which isn't all that much of a threat. Phoenix on Friday, Clippers on Saturday, Lakers on Monday. Then you go to Brooklyn next Wednesday, and then a doubleheader at home against Milwaukee.
Like, I could see Sims starting with the Brooklyn games because Hartenstein might be tired. Like, I could see them doing that type of switching. Like, teams that we can compete with and do well with, they'll start Sims. But guys we need like a win from, they'll start Hartenstein. I know it's messed up, but like I said, they're just trying to create balance because, like we said earlier, Mitchell's work is the work of 2 guys. So it's Sims and Hartenstein now. Those are the 2 guys.
I'm asking this question though. If Jericho Sims was that important, why wasn't he playing before this?
Why do you gotta...
Thibodeau, I call him out on this, and I know I am being a dead horse. He's a tactical tin man when it comes to offense.
Yeah.
He's inadaptable. He doesn't want to stretch more than what he use more than what he wants instead of using everything that he's got on hand.
Yeah. I agree with you, but I think because he was okay, the way I think that Tibbs looks at Mitchell is the same way he respects Randle. Like when Randle does his thing, he gives him a pass. So when Mitchell's on the court, he gives him a pass. Knowing that you have a good enough backup in Hartenstein and Sims is available at any moment, I think he was holding off the cards just to be like, all right, I don't want to start Sims and then something happens to where he messes up. You're right. He should have started earlier, should have had more minutes. But I just think overall, Tibbs didn't want to pull the trigger too early on Sims unless he needed to, in case either Hartenstein or Mitchell goes down in this instance.
And now's that time. I mean, Sims' quote-unquote rookie year in 22 when he was brought in after the draft. Tibbs hardly used him until both Noel and Mitch went down, throwing Randle's injury, which meant he was forced to use not just Jericho, but also Taj.
Right.
But to jump on that note, what I don't see is how people don't look at how Tibbs can rely on Sims the way he do and Sim produce. Like that, I know there's a lot of places, like we were saying before, like when we had the problem with Grimes getting out of the front, getting out of the starting lineup. And everyone was like, hey, we need to get Grimes out. And then now you see that he has done it and they're playing better. But I think that's the same thing with Sims. Like, he's looking at Sims like, I'm not going to give you the opportunity because I think once you're in, it's going to be hard for me to get you out. And the only way he really played well last night on the starting team. He played defense. He was rebounding. He did what he had to do, caught lobs, didn't mess up passes, kicked outs. He did a lot of tapbacks as well. He didn't just grab rebounds. He was kicking the ball out without even touching it. Like, he was doing a lot of new things that we haven't seen. So I just think that he was holding him back and then saying, all right, now I have to use you. It's like it's special when you're playing Street Fighter. You got to wait. And then you have it, but you ain't going to use it just yet until you get close enough to where you need to use it before you win, or it helps you get a better advantage.
He's used Street Fighter instead of KOF. That combo system is unbearably overly complicated sequences.
Yeah.
So yeah, so shout out to everybody in the chat. Mike Edmonds, man, I see you. Jigga is in the building. Jigga, what's good, man? Hard Will is in the building. Hard Will, what's happening, man? Yeah, man. The thing I saw is when he started Sims, clearly, he was more interested in. And I know the Knicks won, so I'm not
Gonna
sitting
give him
here
too much flack.
not appreciative of the Knicks winning. You know, I do, however, felt like that game was closer at times than it should have been. I'm operating it with the belief system that this Knicks team is a lot better than they play at times. I feel like this Knicks team is an underachieving team at 13-9, if that makes sense.
It
Yes.
does.
You know, and could
I mean,
and not
technically,
saying that I don't appreciate the 13 wins. You know, I just feel like there is so much more that this team could be if the correct buttons were pressed.
if you ask me, this team should be 15-7 at the most.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Like we should have never lost to Cleveland.
Should never lost the opener to Boston.
Right.
Yep. Like that whole thing, and we were up the whole time. Now when we face Boston later on, it's going to be harder. So
Right. Yeah,
But I
man.
agree with you. Like when we actually get it to all click, I think that this team is a top 3, top 4 team in the East, and I think we're a top 10 team in the NBA. But the problem is the consistencies. Like if we actually see a game of Brunson and Randall having a good game, I'm telling you, if them two have a good game, to where like it was back in the day, who was it that averaged, not like Shaq and Kobe, but I forgot the other two guys that used to average like 60 points. One that was a
Houston,
guard.
you mean?
Yeah. Like the two of them used to average 60 points. Like one would get 25, the other one would get like 35 or 30. Like they would mix and match, but they both averaged like throughout the season 60 points together. If we could get Brunson and Randall like that, not even 30, it could be 25 or 20. That's a problem.
Right.
And again, the modern day NBA has shifted from defense to offense. So it's from when we were kids.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you're getting 40 points from 2 players. And you're going to expect everyone else is going to step up. RJ is going to step up. He may give you 15. So if you really look at the angles, everybody basically else outside of the team can average 10 to 12 points and we still can win. Because the league's we're averaging 110, and that's I think like 6th or 7th in the league. But like when we're without Mitchell, we're 115th, but we're 4th in the league as far as offense. So you got 2 guys giving you 40. Everybody else, the starting team and everyone else is basically going to give you around 60.
Yeah, but here's the question. While those numbers are good short term, can we hold the line long term? Mitch is out for 8 to 10 weeks, and Quickly's is what, day to day at worst?
Yeah.
But see, that's where I think we have the advantage because we have depth as far as guys that can work within our system. They may not be talented or they may not be, superstars. But if we use the proper rotations and figure it out, we can just be that team that wins and nobody can understand how because it's balanced. The league now is like basically you need 2 superstars and like a great core of like role players. With this team, it's basically 2 superstars and a bunch of role players that are leading the charge. That's more of a problem for anybody.
This team isn't close to where they should be. We're lucky to be where we are now. That was Chef. And do you guys agree with that?
I do. I honestly agree with you. I think we should be 15. We should have 15 wins.
Well, he said we are lucky to be where we are now, meaning 13-9.
Wait, what? Oh, my fault.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I agree with the first sentence, and I don't agree with the second sentence. If we're just keeping things in a context and using the entire statement as a reference, I agree with the first sentence that this team isn't close to where they should be, right? But to say we are lucky to be where we are now, um um a kind of, because I feel like are buttons that could be pressed. Like, give an example. If Emmanuel quickly misses an entire game, right? Why are we not giving his minutes to Deuce McBride, right? Because in theory, what y'all said about Jericho Sims and Mitchell Robinson, if what y'all are saying about Mitchell Robinson is truly how y'all believe, right? Then Jericho Sims coming in and being the starter, right? Shouldn't the same type theory apply for Deuce McBride when a
Yes.
guy off the bench is absent also? If you guys are now, if there are layers to it, if y'all can explain the layers to it, if there are any layers, then I can dig it. But in theory, what I'm thinking is, if you guys really feel that Jericho Sims is coming off the bench because Tibbs wants to play him as a starter, keep the bench intact, and all these type things, right? Then why does that same theory not apply to Miles McBride with Emmanuel quickly not being present?
Honestly, I think that being said, it's because I think both their defenses are basically really, really good. But when it comes to offense, Maxi has the advantage. So with that aspect, he's the same way he did. I want to say Sims by holding him off and not letting him jump
You said
because
you said Maxi. What do you mean by Maxi?
not Maxi. Dang it! I gotta stop saying that quickly. Sorry. See, I told you it's the dreads, man. It's the dreads and the game they play. But anyway,
Were
sorry.
you mistaken for Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, my fault, guys. But quickly, the way it is with Quickly and Sims is I just think that he knows Sims is good on defense, but is questionable about his offense. To where with Jericho Sims, he could actually be like, "Yo, Sims, you're good to go. I trust you, and I can rely on starting you." That's what I see. Like he's not as confident with starting McBride as he is with Sims, due to the lack of offense compared to Quickly.
I see. I still find it weird that we have a Wednesday night ABC game against Chicago coming up.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. What I'm thinking is, and no disrespect to the points that were made, I think we're making excuses for Tom Thibodeau. That's what it feels like to me. Because if there's a level of consistency here,
You know, it's not
then
often I make
then because both guys are in the same draft, they're around the same age, right? And we would like to see both guys get enter the rotation at some point. Maybe they're rotation guys, maybe they're not, right? We don't know long term if either of these guys is going to be a NBA starter, probably one more than the other, right? Right now, I think Jericho Sims may have appeared as a starter in more games than Deuce McBride, but we may feel Deuce McBride, if out of those two, may be the bigger contributor for a playoff caliber team, because Jericho Sims at times appears to be extremely raw. But if you go back to the game last night, Tibbs called two quick timeouts with Jericho Sims as the starter. I mean, two very quick timeouts to readjust.
that he did.
Right. So why not? So why not give, if Jericho Sims is this important, why not show the same love to Deuce McBride?
All right. Well, to answer the first part where you said we're making excuses for Tibbs, I just want to clarify something real quick. For me, my memory isn't the best in the world, but Tibbs, as far as a
Neither.
coach, what he's done as far as a coach, I don't think he's had. Well, you could say he had full reign in coaching, but as far as getting what he wants, I don't think he's had full reign compared to other coaches that had longer tenures than he has. So for me, based off of his success, we're actually putting Tibbs higher than what he really is. Because any other coach you look at, there's no other coach in the last 5 years has been more productive than Tibbs within the last, let's say, 25 years. So him holding it down for that long and being productive, we're basing off of what we think he can do as opposed to what he is. So it's not making Tibbs excuses. It's just his hands are tied. We know how the front office is. They're only going to give you but so much before they hang you. So he's probably playing the best he can, and for me, it's working. It's we and what that person meant by we're lucky to be where we're at. We could be a lot worse. We could have a losing record, and Brunson and Randall are averaging 40 points each and doing all of that with a losing record.
Yeah, we could be someone along the lines of the Wizards.
Yeah, or better yet, we could be like how San Antonio is, and have a great talent team, but just everyone blaming somebody else for their flaws when they should just be playing.
Karen Fung is in the building. King Ribby, what's good, bro? Did RJ Barrett suck bad enough for you last night?
Good morning, Crazy.
What's good, boss?
What's good, Cowboy Bob? What's up, Max? Oh, salute to the panel in chat.
Salute to the panel.
How you guys doing and stuff like that. He was good. He was all right. You
know. Yeah. RJ.
You know, Julius, had an amazing night. You know.
Yeah.
Like he should always have.
Yeah.
Every time he laced the floor.
Yeah. I think so too, man.
Nah, but not to cut you off though. I'm gonna email you my I need intro.
Did you see Matt's intro? No disrespect to BT. No disrespect to BT intro. I kind of like Matt's intro better, right?
Like,
but I think Cowboy Bob intro just jump out at you, like with the broken glass, just kick.
Like,
because I was looking for there was a movie that came out a few years ago. It was a shot of a ninja standing on the roof at night with the rain coming down, and he had his back turned to the city, and you could just see all the rain. And I was trying to find the animated version of that so that I could use it for Mets, but I just couldn't find it. So and I don't know if Mets is into that kind of stuff or not. I like it, so I was trying to find it. So, but Paris, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris says Tibbs sucks, but it's smart to bring Sims and McBride in slowly. First game or two, they haven't been playing enough to get thrown to the Wolves first game. Right. Yeah. So that's the reason why I said that about Sims. First of all, Jacob Poeltl is the same size and athleticism as Hartenstein. So why not match those two guys up from the beginning? Because Jacob Poeltl is not a 30 minute per game center. Jacob Poeltl is about a 25-minute per game center, right? And if you start Hartenstein, you could have played those two guys every time Poeltl's in the game. Hartenstein should have been in the game in my mind, because neither of those guys is going to give you an excessive offensive advantage one way or the other, right? Both of those guys are going to screen and rebound and hustle and protect the rim and do all those things, right? I think both of those guys are going to. Now, then when Poeltl goes to the bench, they bring in Precious Achiuwa, who's the same size as Jericho Sims, and they bring in Chris Boucher, and he's 6'9", 200 pounds. They have a 200-pound dude that plays power forward and center.
How long has Boucher been in the league?
A long time. He's 30.
He's only been in it for about 6 years.
Yeah. So Chris Boucher is 30, right? So it's one of those things. Do you really need Hartenstein to go up against a 200-pound center, or should he now what happened during the game is most of the game Pirtle and Hartenstein kind of cross matched one way or the other anyway. But man, why not just ease Jericho Sims into this place, right?
Because
And then do it against a team that sucks. Because even though Toronto won a lot of games early on, lately Toronto hasn't been. Toronto is not a right at 500 team. They suck. They won a few games. They knocked off a few teams. Previously, like I think they beat Minnesota and some good teams. But right now, everybody knows that OG Anunoby is probably going to be traded. Everybody knows that Pascal Siakam is probably getting traded. Even
Or worse.
Toronto knows that, because if I know it, then of course OG Anunoby knows it. Of course, if we're talking about it on a Knicks morning show, y'all think Pascal Siakam don't know that he's going to be traded?
But yeah, I was just gonna say to answer the question about starting Hartenstein instead of Sims. If you look at the minutes, they basically Hartenstein played 6 more minutes coming off the bench than Sims. Why? Because Sims got in the early foul trouble. So if you had that matchup, Sims would have been in foul
That's
trouble.
that's not completely why. Hartenstein is a better center than Jericho Sims. Let's start right there.
Yes, but the reason why
because if he wasn't, then why was Hartenstein playing all year and Jericho Sims didn't play?
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, now go ahead, Ruby.
Tunnel vision.
We all know Hartenstein is the better player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, to be honest, like how Sims starts and then Hartenstein come off the bench, I think I like how that Tibbs got that, because that the second unit is staying packed, to be honest.
King Ribby, how you gonna say that, man, when he just benched Quentin Grimes against the Bucks? He just benched Grimes and started DiVincenzo. Did he not just disrupt the second unit?
But the thing is he still was gonna play Hartenstein more minutes, regardless.
Exactly, like this.
So for me, I think
that last year
he had to start him to get something under his legs against better competition. Because like I said earlier, I don't think he's gonna use him as much unless he's playing a week like Brooklyn.
That don't make sense in my mind, bro.
Okay, so you're not gonna
he didn't do that last year.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense in my mind, because for one, every minute that you play is not gonna be the same as high leverage minutes. The start of a game is a high leverage situation. You get off to a good start, right? Why not have your best players out on the floor get up? Did y'all see the game? Did y'all not see the Knicks get off to a terrible start?
Yeah.
Did y'all not see Tom Thibodeau call a timeout 2 times in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Why I don't understand it. Somebody explain it to me.
I think you gotta stay with the flow, I guess. With Tibbs, he don't want to make no like subtle adjustments and stuff like that. I just, that's my opinion.
And
that's why he got Hartenstein.
Thibodeau's
at the backup
are too far out in the open, and once you lay it all to bear instead of keeping it close to the chest, what happens? Everyone's ready for it.
But Hartenstein's always finishes. Sims don't finish.
Yeah, Sims don't finish. Sims shouldn't even
and
start.
Sims probably played like 15 minutes or something like that. Hartenstein probably, you know what I'm saying, like 20 plus. 25 or something like that, so.
And I also think that to help Hartenstein stay in rhythm, it also goes to feed off of King Ribby's point. To keep him in rhythm and keep him in stride, let him be what he is. He would have had to do more work and be more physical if he was with Portal. And then let's say Sims messed up. Now what? We're stuck. Sims had 4 fouls. That's what I'm going off of. The fact that he had 2 of them in the first 3 minutes of the game,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Now Hartenstein, no, I'm just saying, like, let's say you started Hartenstein. and Sims come in, and that same exact scenario happened where he gets 2 quick fouls within 4 minutes. You're gonna have to keep playing Hartenstein more minutes than the 26 he played last night.
Saying
What happened? Oh, muted. Nah, but it's just I just feel that the whole thing with Tibbs is he's playing with what he got and he's doing the best he can. But because of how he's coaching and he's productively doing well by having winning seasons, everybody is thinking it's a pass. It's not. It's just misconception of who he really is. But oh, you're back. My fault. Go ahead.
he got
I was
his bumps and bruises, but he just old stubborn coach, man. Like, hey, you gotta deal with it.
But see, that stubborn
we not
coach.
getting ready to cap for
But
Tibbs.
that stubborn coach
It don't
wins
the
us
move
games.
didn't make sense. Period. No matter how you try to justify it, the move doesn't make sense at all. It's like when people click the link to come in, right? Say if I'm Tibbs, right, and I put the link out there, right, and there's people that want to be on the live stream, and what I do is leave them people that's in there in the back, and then pull somebody new out of the thing and have them come up here and mess up, right? So people that want to be on, you leave them where they at because you don't want to disrupt the chemistry. It don't make sense, bro. Start the people that contribute the most. You know what I'm saying? Jericho Sims is raw. He rarely plays. You know what I'm saying? He rarely plays for a reason.
Because he won't put Sims on the floor regularly.
Right.
Because he likes to be because Thibodeau, when it comes to roster management, he's unbearably frugal.
Right. And you know what? And I would say too. I would say also that Jericho Sims hasn't showed that man enough to where he's forced to play Jericho Sims.
Exactly.
Hold on.
That's my belief.
But hold on. Okay, there's some deciding factors that we don't know really why Tibbs actually started Sims. We don't know if Hartenstein went to him and said, "Joe, start Sims because I think that."
Man, come on, BT, come
No,
on.
We don't
no,
know.
that's not. No,
We don't.
BT, come
Or
on,
somebody
man.
told him
That's
because
not.
no.
BT, come on, bro. This is professional sports, bro. Come on, it's not the Mighty Ducks, bro. This ain't. It's not. Come on, man. Don't do that. It's
Tibbs,
not.
I tried.
It's not anime, bro.
Tibbs, I believe
It's
in you. I
not.
know you
It's not
listen.
anime. This is professional sports, man.
I tried.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Come on, man.
I just tried.
You telling me that man,
That was a reach.
with Wayne Peterson, right? BT up here coming in for a soft lander for Tom Thibodeau's your secret Santa, bro?
Heck no. I'm just satisfied with his production as far as a head coach over the last 25 years, 30 years as me being a Knicks fan. Yeah, I'm actually proud to have seen a good coach on this team, and that's Tibbs. He ain't the best, but he's a good coach. So I'm just like, same way I defended Randle before the Atlanta series and been defending him ever since he was a Knick. I don't care what anybody says. The stubbornness and the badness that Tibbs has was good enough to make Randle a two-time All-Star. A player like Randle that nobody really believed in except for one or few players. But a coach in Tibbs made him a national All-Star. Same thing with Rose. He has something the way he can make a specific talent look good, and he's on our team. So I know I want to hear that. Wah! I know, but I'm just saying I think he's really been doing good, so he deserves somewhat of a break.
So this is not about Jericho Sims. This is about you being Tom Thibodeau's #1 supporter.
No. I think it was.
No, that's what it is. Because it's not about because what you just said, you didn't say anything about why Jericho Sims earned that starting spot. You mentioned
what
Tom Thibodeau's resume. Mets, is that what you heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard. But all I'm saying is
King
about
Ribby, that's
Sims
what you heard
that
too, right? That this
this
is not about being a merit-based operation. This is about you defending Tibbs. And if that's the case, then cool.
No. We can talk about Sims. I was just saying that about Tibbs, how I felt. But with Sims is just, to me, I think that I agree with the move because it worked. If it didn't work, then I would agree with you guys as well because it would have been smart to play your better player than it is to play your backup who hasn't shown you anything as far as potential, even in to get in the second team. But what I'm saying is because he doesn't have the experience, he's playing against a better center, and he needs the time on the court. I think that's why he started.
Okay, maybe we should change this because that makes no sense to my mind, bro. You said all the reasons why he should have been eased in slowly, and it was
No,
like,
no, no.
but yeah, throw him to the wolves.
No, no, no. I didn't say easy and slowly. I'm saying because of the next few stretches we have. He
No, no, no.
in
You
his
said
scenario, in his
because he's
scenario,
not
yes, you have to throw him
experienced,
to the
because
wolves.
he doesn't play.
No, no, to
Throw him
him,
to the wolves.
yes.
He should start.
No, no. In his scenario, he has no choice. It's not like where you could ease him in like you do with other players. Because Mitchell is out, now he has to think about it. He's coming from barely even playing to work him as a second on a second team, let's say. Right? Him doing that is a big enough improvement to where he's gonna have to be defending for himself against the Wolves anyway. That's what I'm saying. So in his situation, because Mitchell is down, he has to be forced into the Wolves. Same way if you look at it with Quickly last night. Quickly last night being out, DiVincenzo had to step up, and then you also throw Brunson under the to the
No,
Wolves as
that's
well.
again. That's another. No,
Goalpost?
no,
Okay, maybe that's the
no.
goalpost.
DiVincenzo was starting before Quickly missed this game.
No, no, I was talking about only last night. I was saying how they were at a disadvantage with the ball handling. So what I was saying was DiVincenzo had to step up, and you threw it. You see what I'm saying? Like all I'm trying to say
No.
is okay. You threw him to the Wolves because of an injury. You're not throwing him to the Wolves because you choose to. That's what I'm saying. Like any other night, I would agree with you. You start your best players. But what I'm saying is over the long stretch, we don't have Mitchell. He needs his experience, and it's better for him to get it with the Raptors than going to LA.
And I ain't gonna front. I agree with Parrish, to be honest, because last year Sims did start
Right.
when
Parents, thank
Mitch
you for the generous
went out.
contribution. He says we were winning from the start. It was D timeouts. Yes, it was because the Raptors were getting layups at the rim. Who started that center and was our rim protection last night?
Randall.
Um, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I just said that as a joke. I was just being funny. Because we really don't have a real rim protector. Outside
Other
of
than
Mitchell, I
Nick,
mean.
but he's on the shelf for the next 2.5 months.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
See how it's crazy when a player is the best, but he still get flack, and then when he goes down, everybody is
because
agony.
you know what it is, you don't really see what Mitchell contributes unless you're
Exactly.
watching the game. Like if you were to stat pad or hear announcers, you really don't see what he contributes. But even Uncle Freezy said it when now that he's out, he does the work of two players. So in that scenario, man, we're doomed. You have to throw him to the wolves.
I didn't say he did the work of two players. I said he's a major contributor,
Yeah.
and everybody on the team has to contribute more with Mitchell Robinson out.
My apologies for the misquote, but yep,
No, no,
that's what you
no,
said.
no, no.
Nah, I thought that's what you said, but thank you. No,
No, that's
so
what you said. No, that's what you said. I said, but I
yeah,
didn't. I didn't say that. I said with
gotcha.
Mitchell Robinson is a major contributor, and you're not going to be able to replace Mitchell Robinson's contribution with one player, whether it's Jericho Sims or not. Right? The
Mhm.
team has to band together and and
I'm about to
and
say the
help
same
in
thing.
the absence of Mitchell Robinson, and in theory that means the team helping Jericho Sims hold it down while Mitch is out.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay.
I agree.
I just think Sims has got a serious uphill battle. He's gonna have to show some serious work because if he's gonna show energy and he's gonna show movement and everybody's happy that he's catching lobs from Brunson, he's gonna have to do more of that consistently for the next few months. That there lies on the real challenge.
Um, you guys have faith that Jericho Sims can be a starting center for 2 months?
Not really. Hardenstein, no.
Yeah, bike or something like that, Max.
Yeah, I don't see it because I haven't seen enough of his productivity to guess that. I'd rather start Hartenstein.
And we're
What?
probably going to have to start Hardenstein tomorrow against Utah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the same way Dre used to say running Randall at the 5, we could use that as an option to help free up some time with Sims at the 5. So we could have like Hartenstein start and maybe do Randall at the 5 and then go back to Sims, get him incorporated that way. That's what I thought he would have did yesterday, but with
Right.
Sims.
And
I think
again,
that'll be only for certain teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, that does make sense because us running small, yeah, we lose out a lot on rebounding and second chance opportunities. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I'm confused with the direction that y'all are going with it because I feel like y'all support Jericho Sims as a starter with key minutes, but I don't feel the same love for Deuce McBride when Emmanuel quickly is out. Is that accurate? Am I off base with that?
he only got 10 minutes. You know something smells rotten in the state of Denmark.
Right.
Hold on. Say that again.
He only got 10 minutes last
No,
night.
no. Freezy, say that again.
Yeah, I don't feel like hearing all the stuff that y'all said about Jericho Sims.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel the same love for Deuce McBride. Like I don't feel like y'all are going to battle for Deuce McBride the same way y'all do for Jericho Sims. Even though quickly missed this game, and Deuce McBride only played 10 minutes. That's why I feel like there's a little bit of hypocrisy
Democracy?
here. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so with McBride, the
I
only
think
thing
McBride gonna be
really,
on.
no. We have, I think for me, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but for me, I have more on McBride than I do with Sims as far as playing. And also with Sims, I expected him to play his defensive role because that's what I see him as. I don't know I don't know what Sims is. I know what McBride is, but at the same time, when he comes in, I'm okay with him coming in and taking over the minutes for quickly, because the defense will still be there, and he can still shoot as well. So he just got to get more incorporated in the offense. So for me, I'm actually happy if he gets those minutes. I'm supportive of McBride getting the same respect that you threw. I'm saying you could throw Sims to the Wolves. The same thing I'm saying about McBride. Give them the opportunity and let them show. Because I think that McBride deserves it from what I've seen he's done. And if you're going to give the opportunity to Sims, you should do the same for McBride.
Okay, okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I could agree with it.
yeah. Deuce McBride is playing a career low in minutes. Everybody,
He
Deuce
been playing a
McBride,
career low.
huh?
But that's more on Tibbs than him.
Yeah, Deuce McBride before this season, Deuce McBride averaged right at 10.4, 10.5 minutes a game. And
For
and
real?
this year, yeah.
He's
And
only played like what?
this year he's playing less than 5 minutes a game.
Again, blame this on the tactical tunnel vision of the Tin Man, his overkill frugality, and inability to want to use everything that's on hand instead of just using what he feels he's got on hand.
I said I think Deuce is going.
At this point, he's just reducing Miles to little more than trade fodder.
Yeah.
My word.
And that's the sort of thing about Thibodeau that makes me sick. His inability, his overkill frugality with the lineup.
Right. Yeah. Deuce in the 2 seasons before this was about 10.5 minutes a game. Now he's playing less than 5 minutes, right? And that's with Brunson being hobbled a little bit. We don't know how hobbled he is. We do know in the game previous to this one he hurt himself.
Rolled his
So
ankle.
we don't. Yeah, and so we don't know to what extent he is healthy or not. But with that said, the healthy guard off the bench got 10 minutes.
How can I stop our nonsense?
Yeah.
You think he deserved that, or you think he deserved more?
I don't know. Because and the reason why I say that is because just like Jericho Sims, just like the when y'all were camping for Jericho Sims, talking about, he started for Mitch and all this stuff and all of that, man. Yo, if that man was any good, he would have broken the rotation. Think about this, right? Previous to Mitchell Robinson getting hurt, did not 65% of Knicks fans say this team was too small and we needed a big man off the bench?
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And is Jericho Sims not a big man on our bench?
He's only like what, 6'10", 6'11" at most.
He big though.
But he's bigger than Josh Hart, right?
Yes.
He's real.
So why hadn't Jericho Sims been playing if most Knicks fans think that Jericho Sims or why hadn't Jericho Sims been playing if most Knicks fans think that the Knicks are too small?
Or at least cover.
I think that's what I'm saying on a daily basis. On a daily basis, what I hear from Knicks fans, and it's not one person saying one thing over and over, but I'm saying if all of us represent Knicks Nation, right? If all of us are representative of Knicks Nation, then why does Knicks Nation always have conflicting narratives, right? If the Knicks were too small and Jericho Sims wasn't playing, right? Then why all of a sudden with Mitchell Robinson out, we feel like this guy's a starting center in the NBA for 2 months?
No, I never said that. Them words never came out. No.
I'm saying me either. I never said the Knicks were too small either. I'm saying as a collective, all of us as
I
never
said he's a starting center.
Never said that Sims was a starter.
Hell no.
Yes.
Sims,
no.
What I said was previous from last season when Mitch got injured for 18 games or something like that.
Right.
Sims replaced him, but he replaced him for like 15 minutes, and then after that, Hartenstein came in for the rest of the game. That's what I was referring to.
Right.
And I guess what Tibbs is doing is the same thing he did from last season, because I see what he's doing is the same thing he did last season.
Right.
Which is the same thing.
The other thing, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, when Mitch come back, Sims is going back to bench and never gonna see. You get what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be like that.
Right. Yeah. I think the narrative is.
How I'm gonna start. I'm coming to the bench. Come to the bench.
Yeah. I see y'all. Nick Yak said y'all want Sims covering for us. I don't mind, bro. To be honest with you,
that's what I was gonna say. If he was good,
Cowboy Bob. Yeah, bro.
Nah, go ahead. I was gonna say I agree with you because that was
how you agree with me and you ain't even let me.
No, I was gonna say
as soon as I started,
because
King Ribby, did he not cut me off just now and then say he agreed with me?
I was
How you agreeing with something you hadn't heard?
Because you simply said earlier that if Sims was good, he would have been playing. And I said I agree because he should have been backing up the 4 spot with Randall. That's why I said you're right. I agree with that because if he was a good player, he would have been backing up Randall at the 4 where we need him. Plus, if everyone says that we are too
That's not what
small,
I was going to
if
say.
everyone says we're too
What I was
small,
going to say is I like Jericho Sims' athleticism and strength guarding fours in this league. I think that one of the most underrated things about Jericho Sims is his athleticism. Like we look at his strength, but you don't necessarily see his athleticism on the perimeter and things like that. You don't get to see those things because you don't get to see him at the 4. As a matter of fact, how can somebody tell me that a Jericho Sims type of player can't guard a Giannis type player at the 4, an Anthony Davis type player at the 4, a Julius Randle type player at the 4, right? Some of these 4s and some of these, as a matter of fact, how can somebody tell me that Quentin Grimes against Jason Tatum is a better matchup than Jericho Sims against Jason Tatum?
But
These
then again,
things in our mind don't make sense.
but then again, you gotta see like some of these 4s in the league is so much quicker than Sims. I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna get smoked. I'm being honest.
Right. But if you leave out the outliers, if you leave out the great power forwards, then what are the average power forwards going to do against Jericho Sims?
No, I'm talking about backups because they all gonna be backups.
Right. Okay. What power forward off of anybody's bench is going to come in and torch Jericho Sims?
All right, prime example. The backup power forward for Golden State is who? Be honest.
Nobody.
Yes, it is. It's Kuminga.
Who?
Kuminga.
Jonathan
Oh,
Kuminga?
man, I ain't worried about no Jonathan Kuminga, bro.
He will smoke. Yo, are you serious?
I'm not worried.
Like,
Yeah,
let's be honest,
Jonathan Kuminga.
Freezy.
We having a conversation. Jericho Sims is not going to get minutes against a backup power forward on a team we only see twice a year.
No, but I'm talking about as far as
You talking about that type?
yes.
No. Listen. Hear me out, man. On this thing, right? I think Jericho Sims for us, right? For us, can be a Jared Vanderbilt type, right? If Tibbs trusts him, but Tibbs won't.
Right? Nah, I don't think so. He too stiff.
Nah, man. Jericho Sims is probably Jericho Sims is okay. So Jericho Sims is not athletic.
No, he's athletic, but as far as like, I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
I think we're just. I think we're pigeonholing our talent, and I think that's the dangerous thing about our roster. Sometimes I think Tom Thibodeau has us conditioned to think like him, and I don't want to think like Tom Thibodeau. Jericho Sims is a super athlete, an undersized 5, right? If we just take into context, if you take into context that Jericho Sims is probably the best athlete on the team that we have right now. I think Miles McBride, pound for pound, may be the best athlete. But if we're talking about size and weight ratio, I think Jericho Sims is it. Right? To be honest with you, we should explore some things. It's an 82 game schedule. 82 game schedule, man. Just see what you have in these kids. If these dudes don't have it, then don't play them. Go get somebody else. But don't have them here if you know they don't have it. right? For instance, don't tell me Jericho Sims is the third center on an NBA team when I know that there are other centers out there that are better than him, right? Right. And then say, well, it's about price and cost and all these things. I think we're saying too many things to make excuses. Play the man, play him, put him on the floor. Why is Jericho Sims not Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein's backup? He should probably be the fourth big. I know teams don't play four bigs. I know that, unless you're Minnesota. But why is this man not touching the floor unless there's an injury? Why is this man not playing when we play against the Bucks? When Giannis is out there being guarded by RJ Barrett
Because
Or Grimes.
or Grimes.
On a switch
I don't
off.
know.
Yeah.
Again, we got a robot for a coach. A man he's more machine than man, cruel and heartless.
I think Jericho Sims could be a Jared Vanderbilt type, right? A lot of teams have that guy on their bench, not super athletic, but the athletic guy, because Jericho Sims is super athletic, right? But most backup bigs aren't as athletic as Jericho Sims, right? But you have a Jericho Sims on your bench, and you won't play him unless Mitch gets hurt, right? But you could play him in a role, especially when we play against bigger teams, right? Because here's the thing, Mets, how are they going to tell me that Jericho Sims can't guard Jason Tatum when nobody in the league can guard Jason Tatum?
They can't.
Right.
Thibodeau will just come up with any excuse to put the kid on the bench.
Right. Like how can you tell me that Jericho Sims can't guard Giannis when nobody in the league can guard Giannis?
Again.
But yeah. Like last night, there was a stretch where Josh Hart was guarding Pascal Siakam.
Yep.
Like,
is that what King Ribby want? King Ribby, that's what you want?
No.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, some of this stuff, we have to start. We're at, I think as Nick Nation, we are at a point where we have to start keeping notes of the narratives that we put out here, because there are times when I can't even ask King Ribby a question because people in the chat are saying stuff like, the Knicks are too small. We're too small. But then you got Jericho Sims on the bench, and it won't even play him.
I mean, a few years ago, people were complaining the Knicks were too tall. Right. It didn't have enough speed. I mean, especially when Jackson took over the team. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people were whining and complaining about the team being too damn big.
Right. Not athletic enough. Yeah, I remember that.
And not to mention the boatload of albatross contracts they got stuck with.
Yeah. What I'm saying to everybody is why not develop Jericho Sims in a role since he's young, instead of just having him on mothballs until Mitch get hurt? Right? And that's a lot of y'all's theory this morning is Jericho Sims on mothballs until Mitch gets hurt. That's what I'm hearing. Right? Jericho Sims stays on mothballs until Mitch gets hurt. You know Mitch is going to get hurt, so keep Jericho Sims on mothballs until Mitch gets hurt. And what I'm saying is these young guys, we can't have 1,000 different narratives for the young guys. We just can't. Right? No, you can't say, well, you got to let RJ Barrett keep play through all his mistakes because of his upside and all that stuff, right? Then Quentin Grimes goes through a slump, and we're talking about ship him off to Tacoma, get him out of here, right? Deuce McBride, we're like, hey, well, Deuce ain't it. Deuce ain't it. Right? But then when Quickly gets hurt, you don't even give him a chance to prove it. And Jericho Sims, who is probably more athletic than the Jared Vanderbilts, more athletic than the Rui Hachimuras, more athletic than a lot of backup bigs, right? And we're like, nah, just keep them on mothballs until Mitch gets hurt.
And I say F that ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you need to play 3 centers, do it. The problem is we have a coach who's too stubborn to do it and does everything he can to limit damage control and create this false sense of security and assurance when in truth, he doesn't want to change anything. He's stagnant. And what little he does change, he either one, keeps it too close to the chest, or two, when he's really desperate, brings it out in the open.
Right. And I think Julian Blum said, why not play Jacob Toppin? Is that what I said? Yeah. Yeah. Why not play? Why not play Jacob? Yeah.
Shouldn't we? Don't we need to call him up first?
I'm not for sure if he's on. I'm not for sure how that will work, but I would. Man, come on, man. I would at least look at it. And if that's the case, and listen, if it's as simple as Jacob Toppin is not the guy, then why is he here?
Mm-hmm.
If you were even going to keep Obi around to let little brother learn from big brother, why even get him when you just ship Obi out to Indiana for draft capital?
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, man, you know, is it as a collective, we say a lot of things like, for instance, say there are probably about, and I'm guessing, and I'm probably way off, right? But there are probably about 12 or 1,300 of you guys that don't agree with the way Tom Thibodeau develops the talent, right? So there are probably about 12 or 1,300 of you guys that are subscribed to the channel that don't agree with the way that Tom Thibodeau develops young talent, right? But then there are about 300 of you guys that, regardless of what we suggest could be an answer, are going to say, no, whatever Uncle Freezy says is wrong. No, I don't care. But what that makes you look like is somebody that can't be, you know what I mean? But like Cowboy Bob up here defending Tom Thibodeau. What? Why does Tom Thibodeau need to be defended, bro? He don't need to be defended. Tom Thibodeau has a job. He's an NBA head coach. He don't need to be defended. He don't need somebody capping for him, right? So, and for instance, the thing with Grimes, right? The thing with, say, Grimes, and I think it's also Quickly to an extent. Let me say Quickly. I'll say Quickly. I won't say Grimes. How do we know that Tom Thibodeau is not miscasting them for safety's sake? Right? Like, and basically what I'm saying is how do we know that Tibbs is not restraining them so they won't make a mistake
or get injured?
We don't know that, right? We don't know that, and I don't want to speculate to the nth degree, but that seems like it's apparent. Paris, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris says Tibbs has never drafted or played tall wing players.
True.
Yeah, that's false. Because he played Luol Deng in Chicago.
More like because he got forced to, and especially when you consider the Albatross contract that then got shipped out to the Lakers. There's a dang.
Yeah, he played Luol Deng to death. He probably ruined Luol Deng's career, bro.
Mm-hmm. Look like what he about.
And he also ruined Joakim Noah's career when you think about it.
Yeah. And yeah, he also played Jimmy Butler,
and he
right?
ruined Derrick Rose's career in hindsight.
Did he play? Did he play Jimmy Butler a lot of minutes?
I think in
What with
Minnesota.
the Timberwolves in Minnesota? Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
then
also
towards the
played
end, he
Tony.
started benching him.
He played Tony Snell.
Yeah, but it took forever for Tips to get his head out of his ass in Minnesota.
Yeah, he played Andrew Wiggins. I get where Parrish is going with the Knicks. I get where he's going with the Knicks, man. You know, I don't know. I think never was probably a little bit too strong, but I get where he's going with the Knicks. If we're just keeping it a Knicks conversation, then I agree with Parrish. If we're just keeping it a Knicks conversation, man, he's not gonna play anybody that big. Now, does that conflict with my Jericho Sims theory? Yes, absolutely it does. Right? But I'm not talking about what Tom Thibodeau does. I'm talking about what Tom Thibodeau should do.
And what he doesn't do.
Yeah. I'm saying that an athletic freak like Jericho Sims should be given the opportunity to at least go out and be a defensive stopper.
Yeah, otherwise Jericho is going to go all Michael Myers on Tibbs' ass.
Yeah, I think it's just I just think it's a wasting of assets when you don't give. Think about this. Don't all, in my opinion, shouldn't all coaches dream about hyper freaky athletic 6'10" guys that are 250 pounds that are very quiet and coachable?
Yes. But at the same time, I think Sims is just too quiet. I mean, he's got to speak up for himself instead of just sitting there and doing nothing but collect dust and mothballs.
Right. You know, Sherwin has a great question. Who will score if you do that? Sherwin, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think the last thing that this team should be worried about is who's taking shots and who's scoring. That's my opinion. Like who will score if we turn Jericho Sims into a Jared Vanderbilt type player? Bro, I don't even does it look like here recently? Does it look like we need scoring somewhere? I mean, I don't know. Help me out on this one. Does it look like the Knicks are missing offense?
No, I just think we're missing shots. That's all.
Yeah.
And to also say that, I also now see more that I think about it. Why did Sims get the start when you had Fournier on the bench, who's way more experienced, and we also know can shoot the three ball? So why didn't you have him back up Hartenstein? That's another option too. So yeah, I'm staying quiet because I'm trying to pick up on what you're saying, and you're saying a lot of good points. But with the scoring though, it don't matter who scores because at this point, the object is like we've all been saying is to get the wins. The whole thing about you relying on one person to score, that's all superstars. We don't have that person here yet. So what we need to do is just focus on getting everybody involved and keeping everyone there.
Okay.
You got a lot. Well, look, man, we had 6 players with 10 plus assists, 10 plus points. That was good.
Right.
Yeah, what 36 assists? That was like a record or something like that.
I don't think so.
Nah, I know we had a game where we had like 40 assists. I don't think it was a record.
I know I heard the announcer saying it, something like that.
Right.
But as far
We
as
had a good game.
it's probably our season high. It's probably our season high as a team.
Yeah.
But like how we played last night, I mean, we should be playing like that against good teams. Is all I'm saying. The same way we got the energy and have Randle get all hype and show out the way he did, we need to be giving him the same opportunities to where he can do that against better teams.
Right.
Because I said, there's nothing we can really do. It took Tibbs 20 games to change the rotation. It's going to take time. So as much as we think that it is better, it worked out last night with him starting Sims. I don't think he could do that long term. And with the other options we do have, I'm now reconsidering that Sims is. I'm thinking that we should start using Fournier, but everybody worried about the contract of Fournier and everything else. But I just hope
it's
Sims
not the contract. I just think Fournier is Tibbs is not for what? No defense, in my opinion. You don't agree, Freezy?
About
Fournier and Tibbs not trusting him for his defense, stuff like that. That's why he don't play him.
Well, that's part of the reason. It's also throwing the fact that did Tibbs ever want Fournier? No. I mean, the fact they stuck with him until the end of this year and then they can get rid of him.
And then he spoke out to him and stuff like that. Not to him, but to the media and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I think so I'm twofold on that. So on the one hand, I don't think you can tell a grown man to shut up.
No, of course, hell no.
Right? Yeah. I just I feel like anytime you're around somebody and they like they tell somebody not to talk. You know what I'm saying? I find that to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Cover the spread is in the building. I find that to be disrespectful. Right. And then the second part of that is, man, don't talk them. Defense. No.
That's what I'm saying.
The Raptors suck. And they scored 130 points last night. And it's not just the Raptors, bro. We've been giving up 130 points a game for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just because Mitch ain't here. Team's been running up the score on us for a while.
It's like 120 is our average.
Yeah.
Or defense. Yeah. That's the defensive side, which is one of our strengths.
Except it's not.
No, I was saying us allowing them to score 120 doesn't play into our defense, which is our strength. That's what I see the Knicks as, is a defensive team that can run, keep pace, and try to take over offensively if they're hitting their shots. I don't see them as like a superstar team that can rely on anyone. They have to rely on the whole team. So,
what?
Okay. Give me a sec. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. Somebody just came to my door.
The Knicks are a defensive
somebody
team?
just came to my door. Sorry. Hold on. Give me a sec.
You say the Knicks are a defensive team.
No. I said it's to one of their strengths. I'm saying it's to one of their strengths. Sorry, somebody came to my door and I lost track of my thought. But what I'm saying is the defense is that's what we're known. One of the things we're known for. So for us to be winning, one of our strengths should be defense, and not having that defense when we're averaging like 120 to the opposing teams isn't going to make us look good. We're going to have to work harder.
Okay, here comes Wiz.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to
What up, gents? Let me show you.
Boop, 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 boop. What's good, boss?
Salute, Mr. Wiz.
Kyle
405.
Kuzma.
The 405 in LA. Rush hour. This is
NYC, man.
It's actually flowing fast, actually, 5 miles an hour.
Is that rush hour 2 or rush hour 3?
Ah, nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Yo, man. Oh, you guys, first of all, let me clarify what happened last night. My Deuce prediction was predicated on if Deuce plays 25 minutes or more,
Oh my
he will
god.
score 25 points or more with 8 assists. If he played. But you got Tibbs, man. I thought Brunson's going to get some rest. I'm glad IQ got some rest. But if they had put Deuce in that star lineup, he'd have gone off. So that's my first solve that part. Yo, Sims starting is a Tibbs blunder because Tibbs is stubborn and does not like change and a creature of habit.
Hold on, I have to cut you. Oh, God.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Do it.
So hold on. So you don't like Sim starting?
I didn't want him starting. No.
It made 0 sense, bro.
So
Exactly.
you want Hartenstein?
I want Ihart starting.
Yeah.
And then you slowly bring Sims along.
Right.
As needed. You want to get plus also against Toronto, crush them early.
Right.
Get the other young guys in.
Now we backwards.
Okay.
My opinion. Okay.
I understand what happened last year. I think last year was a different strategy at a different point in time and may have been right. But again, the fact that it's a different time, different year, different makeup of the team, different experience of the team, even more reason why Tim should have reconsidered not doing what he did last year. Because again, creature of habit, old dog doesn't want to learn new tricks, don't want to change, fear of change, whatever it is.
Yep.
I think he should have gone with the quick start, knock those guys out, then bring in Deuce and bring in Sims and whoever else is on the bench to get them some run and get Brunson out as quickly as possible, get them some rest. Get these guys, they're going on a West Coast trip. These guys need to be ready. Make sure no one gets hurt. Like he got Mitchell hurt last week. Because I blame him completely for Mitchell's excessive number. The injury extent. Not the injury, but the extent of the injury. I almost, there's no doubt in my mind, 5 extra minutes on an injured ankle probably made the surgery more needed than it would have been had he just simply put him out.
You're saying that Tibbs has a bad case of metaphysiophobia?
Damn. Excuse me, doctor. When did that guy get a PhD? When did he get a doctorate, son? I like it. I concur.
But then again, I've also been in and out of shrinks' offices from the time I was 9 up until 30.
Oh, okay. Was that because that was your dad? Was that your dad who was a shrink, or your mom, or?
No.
Oh, you were the shrink, a prodigy.
No.
I know. I'm messing with you, man. I'm joking. By the way, just to let you guys know, Randy's Donuts in LA is a good place to start your day. I got maybe some sugar in my mouth right now and stuff, but just to let you know, Randy's Donuts is like.
Pause.
Oh, damn.
It don't count for him because he in the 60 club.
But Wiz, is that sugar high the reason why you thought McBride was gonna drop 25 in 25 minutes? Is the sugar that pure out there?
That was a CBD. That was
okay. Because I was gonna say that's some serious sugar out there. Because you really thought he was gonna play 25 minutes and get 25 buckets?
I didn't think he was going to. I said if he did. I didn't think he was going to. I said if he did.
Oh, okay.
If he got 25 minutes. If Brunson and IQ, who were questionable, if they didn't play, I was calling if that was only based on that possibility. Not that he was going to get 25, but if he actually rested Brunson, because they're both questionable at the start. That IQ questionable, Brunson questionable. And I really thought Brunson would be the one to get rested and IQ would play. End up being the other way around, but ideally it would have been great if both of them got rested. And we just saw Deuce get some minutes, which, by the way, Freezy, you're right again. Why aren't we as outraged that Deuce are getting more minutes in developing, preparing him for stepping in when an injury happens or something else?
You sound just like Raw, man.
Yo,
25
man, I'm
points.
just saying.
He's not doing that, man. I'm telling, like, yo.
I know. I'm not saying I'm not saying Tim will do it. I'm saying, but it should be done. Do you know how the Lakers last year?
25 minutes. He's not doing 25 points.
No, if Brunson and IQ were injured yesterday,
I just said that he's not doing that.
But if they were, he would have done 25. You tell me if IQ and Brunson were out yesterday, Tibbs would not have given Deuce 25 minutes?
Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah, he would do that, but I'm saying no, they're not gonna.
That's it.
He's not gonna average. He's not gonna have 25 points. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
you said that.
He would have. He would have. I'm telling you.
No.
But Wiz, you just moved the goalpost because you said if IQ and Brunson was out, he was just talking about last night with just quickly out. So of course, if Brunson's out, they're gonna have to give him more minutes because he's pretty much. Think about who else is gonna be the point guard? DiVincenzo and who else?
They didn't give him any more minutes. They gave him 5 extra minutes that he normally gets.
Okay, but what in the scenario? What I'm trying to say is Brunson played last night. So he wasn't going to get the opportunity to get the more minutes. The most likely way he will get those minutes is if Quickly and Brunson are out. That's the only way you will see him get 20 minutes.
But he should get more because Brunson should have been sat earlier if he had played the right lineups earlier, like with Harden, put away those guys. Because Toronto sucks. Believe me, guys, Toronto actually sucks.
Toronto was trash, bro. What are we talking about?
Toronto's ass.
Toronto is trash, bro. And they're not even trying to win. And on top of that, they have a rookie head coach.
Exactly. So we should have been up by 10 or 15 in the third quarter. And then that's where Deuce should have gotten an extra 10 minutes. So, and Deuce's first shot was butter. So right away he starts off hitting. He got pulled. Like Freezer said earlier, by the way, Tibbs pulled every hot hand.
Every hot hand last night got pulled out of the game.
Pulled him. It was crazy.
I just don't like how Wiz is saying that Deuce would have had 25 points. I just don't.
I know you don't believe it, but I'm telling you, he's a very good scorer.
Paris, thank you for the gents' contribution. Paris says Hartenstein starting with ISO guys is a huge waste. I disagree. Not to be disagreeable, but I just think Hartenstein is a steadying presence, bro. I think he's a great teammate. I think he play hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I know that has nothing to do with his offense along with those other guys' offense. I just think I think Hartenstein is the Josh Hart version of our center position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have given Knicks everything Sims gave, plus much more.
Better rebounding.
That have been better.
Better rim protection.
Better passing. Better scoring potential.
More
of a scoring threat.
Better scoring threat. He cleared the middle for them to drive in. He'd have done everything Sims did, except he couldn't elevate. But even that, iHeart got a little Jordan skills in him sometimes. Right? Like Freezer sometimes once in a while
Air Hartenstein, yeah.
Air Hartenstein, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you guys that right now, Tibbs is my problem right now. I'm gonna roll with him because he's a Knick. And he's done better than they have done before.
Coach,
he's better than what we've had in the last 20 years.
Coach, pause.
But I hate comparing. Pause. Right. I hate comparing Tibbs though, or any Knick player, to the lowest common denominator. Every time I hear something like, "That's the most 3-pointers by Knick in Knick history," but the Knicks have been the worst 3-point shooting team in the history of the Knicks of the NBA. So it doesn't take much to do that. Oh, that's the most rebounds. I don't care if it's a Knick to Knick comparison, other than Patrick Ewing's numbers. All those numbers are irrelevant because they are the worst numbers in the NBA over the past several years. So I don't like it. I want to compare them to actual NBA other teams, the median NBA at least, or better. That's my take, man. Sorry, I took over, man. Just want to let you guys know. Right now.
Now,
Also, by the way,
Julius
last point. As a Laker, I go to Lakers games. I watch the Lakers all the time. I'm out in LA. I hear the Lakers talk all the time.
Right.
The Lakers go 12 deep sometimes in the season, partially because we got what's that, dress clothes AD, and even boy LeBron takes off. So they do sit some guys, but they do go 12 deep, not in the game, but they play out those guys. That's why last year they went to the finals, West WCF, because they saw 12 players that year and knew what they had on the bench. The Knicks have no idea what they have on the bench, except what they've seen in practice. And you talk about practice? You talk about practice? Practice? You guys don't talk about practice. Okay, I'm just saying. Get him on the field, get him on the court in live situation. Sims was talking about, just talking about Sims all preseason. Get him in a real live game when it counts.
And ironically, Wiz, ironically, you know what Tibbs talked about? Remember what Tibbs talked about in the preseason? He talked about how Jericho Sims looks agile and he worked on his perimeter defense. He looked like expanding his role and contributing more to the team, right? And you know what Tibbs did? You know what Tibbs gave him for all that hard work in the offseason?
Nothing.
Some splinters.
Less minutes.
Some
per game.
splinters. Some
splinters in your behind. Splinters in your behind. That's what he gave him.
By the way, you young cats, back in the day, the benches were made of wood, and they sometimes broke. And I just in case you guys know what wood is.
Break it down. You breaking it down for us?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what is. Pause.
Or in the cases of high school students or members of high school basketball teams, one way or another, like myself, you're sitting on those benches that retract and extend and retract in the gym. What are you going to get? A massive amount of static cling.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And
That's my take, man. So when Lakers coming, Knicks coming to the West Coast this weekend. So I got cheap tickets right now for both games.
You going?
But I'm gonna try to leverage them up and find a way to get a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like you can
cheap
put on some.
Cheap meaning what? Cheap meaning about what? About 110?
You're talking about nosebleed, binoculars, and
hell no.
And a Sherpa? You gotta have a Sherpa in order to get to you.
And they're $80 each, right? $80 for the Clippers and $110 for the Lakers.
Okay.
Nah.
That's cheap. That's cheap in Lakerland.
Let me say this. Wiz, you and I are on the same page with Thibodeau being the problem with how frugal he is. And enough, it's getting to a point where enough is enough. I don't care about that damn extension on his contract. Sooner or later, he's got to go.
Yep.
And we need a coach who is willing to use every piece that's on the damn bench.
Tibbs got to go to the front office. That's where he got to go. He's not going to get fired.
Yes, he does. I'll send him back to Minnesota or Chicago, man.
I'll send him to Miami to be an assistant for Spoelstra.
You're going to get Johnny Bryant.
Right.
But you saw Twitter or X. Taj Gibson said he's in shape. He's ready to go.
Okay.
But isn't he?
Yeah, me too, Wiz. Me too.
Isn't he off the grid?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, man, let's go get Taj, baby. Bring him back.
Baby.
You'll probably get 40 minutes in the game.
Taj said that on purpose.
Yeah. Paris, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris says, Hartenstein is foul prone. Let him finish games. Okay.
Wow. So Sims is not foul prone, right?
I just said that.
But
I ain't say that,
but here's your logic. You got if Hart starts, I guess it's the foul trouble. You're bringing Sims, right? So you're saying if Hart starts, you get the foul trouble. You're bringing Sims. But Sims starts, you know he's gonna get in the foul trouble. You gotta bring in Hart early. So I'm just saying the possibility of what iHeart can do in the start. I'd rather get up to a fast, strong start than wallow and have those guys hanging around too long and get too much confidence. And they were that close to getting a little cocky because they were very close to start hitting their 3-pointers, and then would have been running around going, "Oh snap! These guys actually hit a few back-to-back threes that would start getting scary." That's
Right.
Scotty Barnes, by the way. I think he's gonna be a player. He's gonna be a player.
Nah, he is.
Yeah, I like that kid. But I really don't want OG though. I'm sorry, I don't want OG. Again, unless he's really cheap, I'm okay with keeping RJ. I wouldn't do a swap anymore. Last year I probably would.
Oh my god.
And then Siakam, Siakam has got a nice game too, but again, it's not going to be cheap, so I have to let him go also.
Getting up there.
Yep.
Who you gonna?
Wow.
If we used to get Siakam, who you trading for Siakam?
That's a challenge, man. I mean, they would want picks.
Would you trade Deuce?
No.
Would you trade Deuce for Siakam?
No, hold on.
I would do it.
Hold on, wait, relax. Just relax. Wiz, would you trade Deuce?
Yes, I would do it. Yes, I would. I'm a homer. I'm a fan, but I would do it. Yes.
You're selling out the Deuce now, bro.
I know. I'd have to drop the.
You would trade Deuce McBride for a dude that's going to become a free agent, so you could lose both of them.
But when we get to the finals.
No, you can't guarantee that.
You give me Siakam for like Deuce and Fournier and some picks, we get to the ECF.
Where will he start at? That's my problem.
Randle at the floor.
What
Tell
the heck?
Deuce I'll sell him out for ECF appearance.
No way.
I'm going to Twitter right now to tell Deuce I will sell you out for the ECF appearance. I'll tell him right now. I'm as president of your fan club, I will sell you out right now for an ECF appearance, Deuce.
So you would trade Deuce and RJ for Pascal Siakam.
RJ too? No, I said Fournier and picks and Deuce. And
what if you could trade RJ and Deuce and keep some of your picks?
Damn. What pick? For what? I don't want the picks because we're not going to draft anybody.
For Siakam.
We're not drafting anybody. This team is not drafting anybody.
Oh.
So that's why. Why would I have picks for? Except for another trade next year that we're hoping and praying for. We're dreaming about. Come on, man. We're not drafting anybody. This team does not believe in draft picks. We're not building for the future. We're building for today. It's a win now team.
I can agree with that.
So that's why we got to sign Taj Gibson, right? So bring in Taj Gibson so we can develop 38-year-olds.
I would say go get Dwight Howard, but he'll be in the village.
I got a question. How are you building for today when you're giving away your assets for a guy who most likely won't even be productive for you? Like Siakam, you saying that he's going to basically give us the edge to make us to the finals, but there's no way you can get ECF. Okay, the ECF. There's no way you can guarantee that, one, and two. What are you basing this off of? Because if he was so good, why hasn't he really been consistent throughout the whole season?
Their team sucks. He has nobody around him.
But that means you should be playing better. Like, think about it. If you're the number one option on a bad team,
that's a fact.
You should be the best scorer.
Sometimes I
think we a little bit all over the place with that because just because you're the best scorer doesn't mean your team is going to be any good, right?
It will not.
Because we pointed out that his team sucks.
No, but I'm saying like he would still be contributing good points, rebounds. He would be consistent in that aspect. But I've seen games where he hasn't even shown up. That's what I'm saying.
Who's the point guard?
Yeah, what game was that?
The first time he played the Knicks, and then I think it was it the Bucks game? Was it the Bucks game? Yeah, I think it was the Bucks game.
Those are the two. Who's the point guard?
Schroeder.
Nick Yackley or not?
Right. Okay. Case closed. Right here. Secondly, who's around him that can actually get some pressure off of him? That people go, oh yeah, leave Siakam 1-on-1. Siakam, we gotta protect We gotta go guard Siakam. We don't need to double Siakam. How many times people have said that against Siakam right now? Siakam, when you have nobody around you, I know you're looking at a Kevin Love like scenario. Telling no
Scotty
one around
Barnes.
you, the pressure's all on you, and everyone's watching you, so they gotta play away from you, and you can't really score as easily as you should score. So no, a bad team doesn't necessarily mean that you should put up all the points. In high school and maybe in college it works, but in the pros, bad players around you means that the team can scheme all their game plans around you. And they can say, just shut him down, everybody else, and let him score. And that's what we did. And sometimes we get lucky that the other team's misses, tell them their scrubs show up and score. So I'm saying Pascal Siakam and our lineup would crush. Imagine if they had to think about who do we double? Brunson, RJ, Randle, Pascal. Oh, man. And defensively, come on, baby. He takes another step for us. No matter who he replaces, whether it's Josh Hart, our power forward Josh Hart, he's going to replace. Oh, yeah, that's a nice, easy replacement. Pascal to take over Hart's spot defensively and have some size and length. And athleticism. Athleticism with a starter. So I'm just saying, I'll take Pascal to get the ECF. Once we get the ECF, then we worry about our next move to be ready for next year. Because I'm playing it like the Lakers play. The Lakers don't think about next year lineup. They go, what's lineup going to give them to the finals this year? And then once they get there, they go, okay, we just missed. We got swept by Nuggets. Let's revamp. But Knicks are like, okay, let's just add a piece now. Let's add another piece. They're Legos. We're doing a Lego set. The Knicks are doing a Lego set.
I understand that, but the same issues from what I gathered from what you're saying, he has in Toronto. He's gonna have here because he's not gonna be the first option. He'll probably be the third option. Him being
that's what he's the first option there right now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I understand that.
He
but
wants to be the third.
His role is still going to be diminished, and with what we've seen and what you explained, do you think that that's enough for him to be productive?
But he'll be a distraction to help the other guys succeed. Just like DeRozan would be. DeRozan would help take away some pressure off of Brunson. And that's what we want. We want guys who will take away pressure. Right now, Dante does not do it. Grimes didn't do it. Yeah, defensively, Josh Hart ain't to try to stop that cat when he comes on people come down low with some size and length. So,
but what would help Brunson with that pressure would be a facilitating point guard, or at least a guard that can help him as a section option when he's controlling the ball.
That's not a statement. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying Pascal will take us to another level. He may not be the right one, and I didn't never call him as the right move. I'm just saying, would I do it? Yes, because I think he would elevate us. Is he the first option? No. So
what I'm saying is this:
the right move. The right move is correct, but Frieza didn't give me options. The option was, would I dump Juice for him? And I go, yes.
Okay. All I was simply saying was his abilities, because of the lack of the passing offense that he has in the Raptors. Now he gets to this offense to where his shots are now limited. He doesn't have the freedom to do what he needs to do to contribute. How is that going to help us? For example, here's an example. His ball handling, like you said, with ball handling, help Brunson out. How is he going to help Brunson out with the ball handling if he's an on-ball player and needs the ball in his hand as opposed to an off-ball player? That's what I'm saying.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point. My point was, will he be a distraction from them trying to focus on the other three guys? Absolutely. Does he have the skill set we would ideally like to help the other three guys make him even better? No. So I agree that he's not the move I'd make, but if the move was give up Fournier and my boy Deuce and be kicked out of Deuce Club and Deuce
and RJ
mad at me, I'll be like, sorry, Deuce. I hate you too, man. You're a sucker. I call Deuce a sucker right away. Be like, get out of my life. I'd break his heart.
Hey, Wiz, I gotta wrap up right here. I gotta get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking, man.
Go New
Wiz,
York,
I'm gonna jump on later, man, because I want to talk to you about why Deuce is miscast and why Jericho Sims has tremendous upside to a specific role. Like I don't
It's
think
the hair.
Jericho
It's
Sims.
the hair.
Yeah, I think Jericho Sims has tremendous upside to a specific role, not to stardom, but a specific role. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that later. But I'm gonna get out of here, man, and
Have a good one. Thank you,
work
bro.
Yo,
on some
Freezy.
stuff, man. Thank y'all for rocking, man.